I'm replacing all 4 calipers on my Xterra, and to get started, I've hung 2 bungee cords off the upper control arm. This is the front of the vehicle. Before I take the caliper off, I'm going to crack loose the bolt that holds the brake line onto the caliper. I'm just going to loosen it and then tighten it right back up. If you don't do it now, holding the caliper in place to do it later will be difficult. With that done, I'm going to remove the caliper. This is 2 14mm bolts. There's one down here, and then one at the top of the caliper. So with the caliper off, I'm going to hang it on one of the bungee cords that I put up before and leave it off to the side. Now I'm going to remove the brake pads and the brake pad hardware, beginning with these 2 springs. The 2 mounting bolts for this are 19mm. And you can see when I remove this one, the brake rotor is sliding around with it too. It's moving side to side. We're going to take care of that in a second. So there is the old bracket. And to hold the rotor in place, we're simply going to put a single lug nut on the bottom. And moving to the rear, we're going to pre-loosen the brake line again, but it's a 17mm. So crack that first, and then retighten it, and then take off the 2 14mm mounting bolts that hold the caliper in place. Now the caliper comes off and gets hung up off to the side. The brake pads come off. The difference between the front and the back is there's no springs on these, otherwise they're identical. And there are 2 19mm bolts that hold the bracket on just like the front, but on the back they have washers on them. The brackets are very similar front and rear, and this is what the calipers look like when they show up new. This is a front caliper. They're very similar. Comes with new mounting bolts. And these are nice calipers. They come pre-assembled. It looks like they've done a nice job, but trust but verify. It's very important that these slides are well greased. So this one looks great. And this one looks great too. I just call that learning the easy way. Okay, now I'm going to grease the pads and the brackets for assembly. It's a very small amount of grease that I use. A little bit on the back of the pad, and I'll smudge some on this pad, and a little bit onto this pad. And I'm going to use those sort of like pallets and take the grease off of those to grease the bracket. I'm putting grease now on the areas where the brake hardware will sit. This makes the hardware stay in place, and it also reduces noise. You just want to film. You don't want any kind of buildup there, just a film. And then the brake hardware fits into that space. Same on the other side. And now I'm putting a small amount of grease on my fingertip. That little bit will do both sides of the caliper. Both sides of the bracket. I'm going to hold the spring back and get the area where the pad sits. And repeat that on both sides. This is the same front and rear. The brackets are almost identical front and rear. Putting the bracket back on, and this is where having the lug nut on the bottom of the rotor pays off. The 2 19mm bolts go back in. And you can see on the front there's no washers on these, but on the back these bolts have washers. And now I'm reinstalling the brake pads and the springs. Now it's time to transfer the brake line from the old caliper to the new one. There's a new bolt that comes with the new caliper, and it comes with two crush sleeves. One goes on the surface where the brake line will sit on the caliper, and the other goes on the surface where the bolt will compress the brake line down. One on the top, one on the bottom, basically. On the rear line, it has none of that. It's simply the end of the brake line, and you grip it with 17 millimeter. So here I'm taking the front brake line off. That's an 11 millimeter bolt, and getting rid of the old crush sleeves. So with the line off, I'm going to put the new bolt through, line it all up. There's a tab on the line and a U-shape on the caliper that line up. I've got that straight now, and tighten it down. You can see the dripping out of the bottom of the caliper. It's inevitable that you're going to lose some fluid doing this. And now I'm going to reinstall the caliper. This will be two 14 millimeter bolts. So now it's time to bleed the brakes. The first step is to disconnect the negative battery terminal and take the ABS out of play. Now I'm going to fill up my master cylinder. It already is pretty full, but I'm going to make sure, and as I go along through this process I'll keep checking it. I'm using a bleeder bottle. These things are fantastic. The nuance to this is make sure the hose is going up. That way the air bubbles travel up. And loosen up the brake screw, the bleeder screw, excuse me. If you've ever heard the phrase gravity bleed, this is gravity bleed. You simply open up the screw and let gravity do its thing. It would take a long time to bleed out all four corners that way, so the bottle speeds it up. I'm going to go around to the front now and pump the brakes, and I will keep doing that until I'm sure there's no air coming out. After you pump it, you can let it gravity bleed for a few seconds and keep an eye on it. When you're satisfied, this is the best trick. Instead of removing the hose by hand, use a pair of pliers. All that fluid that's sitting in the hose and is just dying to go on your garage floor goes right back in the bottle. And the process up front for bleeding it is exactly the same as out back. Hook up the bottle to the bleeder screw, open it up, pump it till you're satisfied, and then remove it with pliers so you don't make a mess. Tighten everything up, and you are done.